everybody, what's up? So, like, I'm doing my, like, little facial and accidentally got some right there brushing my teeth and doing my teeth. See? Okay, so I wanted to tell all the ladies out there a little secret. A little secret about. Tell all the ladies out there. Sorry to shut the door, it's getting loud out there. A little secret from a girl who has had more guy friends than girlfriends and who has been in more friend zones than I can ever possibly imagine. And most of that is because I have a tomboy side, but I also have a feminine side. But growing up, when I was a teenager, I was more into my tomboy side and playing sports, and softball was my thing. I played softball. I played softball. Me and Alicia, we played softball, and whatever. So anyway, we would even have softball games behind Brandy's house with her stepdad and Nelson and Doug and Gary and Chris and all the boys that I grew up with cars and that were into cars and taught me everything about working on cars and souping up motors and being in car clubs and doing everything that, the homegirl does, right? So, not one time that I have ever been in a room has any of my homeboys ever said that they did not ever want to see their girlfriend in her facial mask. Not one. Not one. Or not one time have any of my guy friends ever told me that they sniffed their female's breath after meals before kissing her so she doesn't smell like garlic or onions or any of that. Not one time has any of my guy friends ever told their girlfriend she looks fat in that dress. Not one. Not one time have any of my guy friends said when they're going out with the girl, her nails better match her toes. Although mine always do. And not one time out of all the times that I have been friends with guys have they ever told me that their dream girl was someone who went with them to a restaurant, sat down, ate like a rabbit, and watched him eat while she starved, and then went home and threw up for the evening just to stay a certain size. Not one time has any of my guy friends that I have been friends with ever said that having an anorexic girlfriend was attractive. Not one room or one time have I ever been in, with a man talking about stuff like that. Now, they talk about the usual stereotypical stuff, the size of girls' boobs, size of girls' butts. Some guys like big boobs, some guys like small boobs, some guys like medium boobs. Same with booties. Some like them big, some like them small, some like them firm, some like them jiggly. Men just like their women all different ways. And every guy is different about what he wants in a female. Okay? So, talking about the stereotypes of the pretty girls are the ones who always get the guy. That is false. If you look at DJ Khaled's baby's mama, she is a regular woman just like me. If you look at most movie stars' wives, they marry everyday women just like me. Now, I do have to say, I don't want to say this being stereotypical, but there is a certain thing I don't agree with this, but P. Diddy was never seen beating the shit out of a real woman like me. Probably because P. Diddy knew that a real woman like me would probably shoot his ass. Because real women just set standards for how they're going to be treated. And they refuse to bow those standards or, go against their standards or their morals or their values for a piece of dick. Now, there are supermodel women who are very, very skinny and, there's some rumors about models with the prostitution thing and all of that stuff, but I'm not going to go into that. But there were women who were skinny that dated P. Diddy that were getting the shit beat out of them and drugged down an elevator. So, domestic violence doesn't just happen to like women who you think are ugly or women who are average and everyday. Like, getting the shit beat out of you, you can still be the finest bitch in the world. And that if that man doesn't love you, he's still gonna treat your ass like shit. If you are not valued by a man, that man is still gonna beat the shit out of you. And he's still gonna treat you like shit. Just like mine. Now, going back to mine. My baby daddy left me for a younger girl who looks a little bit more like a model. She's skinnier than me, but they just had a baby together. So now her belly's all stretched out and flabby, just like mine. She's got more kids than I do. So now her belly's all stretched out and flabby, just like mine. She doesn't look like a porn star anymore. She doesn't look like Miss America. She's got a mommy belly with tiger stripes and stretch marks on it, just like mine. But that's what happens when you bring life into this world, and only women can do that. Only a woman can bring life into this world. No other human creature can do that. A man cannot do that. A man cannot naturally bring forth human life into this world. So, and we're also the same people who bleed for 7 days and don't die. So keep trying us, men. We are the only creatures in the world who can bleed for 7 days and not die. Let's see if you can get stabbed and bleed for 7 days and not die. It ain't gonna happen. But the point of the story is, I'm trying to prove to like men and women, like, beauty is only skin deep. Okay? So whoever you're attracted to and whoever you're gonna do right by, and this is the same for me. Okay, here, I'm gonna use myself so that way people can't say, oh, well, I seen your video and I thought you were singling me out. No, I'm not singling you out. Okay, now I'm talking about myself. Okay, me in my own situation. Okay, when it comes to me, let's see. When it comes to me dating or whatever, it's always about quality over quantity. I have on Woo Plus probably about 470 men in the Atlanta area that have hit me up asking for a date. Or that have hit the like button, I should say. I probably only talked to like maybe text 4 of them back. altogether out of 470 something men. But it's because I believe in quality over quantity. But speaking from me and in my dating life, okay, I'm going to take somebody more seriously who has the same qualities and values and things and goals in life that I do. If you're not got the same ambition, the same, goals, the same wants that I have in my life, then we're probably not going to match. If you don't have the same morals and the same values that I do, we're probably not going to match. If you don't have this similar personality type to mine, we're probably not going to match. And to be honest, in a dating world, I am not going to take even if, say, I had $12 million in the bank. Just to say, I had $12 million in my checking account right now. And I was one of the world's richest millionaires. I was a secret millionaire and none of y'all knew about it. Let's just, for instance, say I had 12 million. Okay? Me as a person who is self-made and has made my own 12 million. I'm going to take somebody more serious who is just like me and who has the same goals and values in their life just as much as the same as me. Now, if a 29-year-old cabana boy or a pool guy comes to clean my pool and is like, "Hey baby, what's up?" I'm like, "You're too young, not you." You know? Your pockets ain't deep enough and your mama can still spank you. But when it comes, like, I would take someone like that not seriously. But when it comes to marriage material, I would probably marry someone who I've been down with since day one, and somebody who has had my back since day one, and someone who has a future just as much as mine since day one, because they loved me when I was broke and I was just myself, just as much as they loved me when I'm rich and I have everything. That person has been down with me through the thick and thin, my struggles, my triumphs, my victories, my falls, my ups, my downs, my ugly times, my pretty times. And some of the guys I went to high school are like, "Damn, you're finer now than you were in high school." Well, yeah. It's amazing what time can do. But, thanks for the concept. But, it's like, but it has to do with character. I want somebody sitting beside me, that has a checking account that doesn't have to match mine, but it can't be broke. And you can't be asking me to buy you a Maserati because I'm just not going to do that. But you can buy your own Maserati. But but it's just a matter of character. A man and a woman are only going to do right by a man and a woman that they want to do right by. And it's because they love what's on the inside of that person. And they fully trust that person. They can trust that person with their life, with their kids, with their money, with their checking accounts, their car. If they did the car, they're going to tell you about it. If they spend $1 out of your checking account, they're going to tell you about it. If your kid got out of line, they're going to tell you about it. If, you got to be able to fully be able to trust someone with those things. If I can't trust you with my life, I can't trust you with my kid, and I can't trust you with my finances, there is absolutely no reason to continue. Point blank. And I'm not just a sugar mama, or a bag of money. I don't have $12 million in the bank. But if I did, that would be the scenario. You know what I'm saying? So, don't scare me like that. Gosh. You're gonna have men throwing themselves at me all over the place on 12 million. Okay, but anyways, but just to get to the root of it, it is about men only take serious women who are worth taking serious. And men only play games with women who are worth just playing games. You know, I'm older now. I'm 45. 45, whatever. Just had a birthday in August. And at 45, I'm looking for someone who isn't into playing games or isn't into being a game player. I need someone who will be my peace and not my problem, and vice versa. I want to be your peace and not another problem. Like when we come home at the end of the night, I'm out fighting the world all day. The last thing I want to do is come home and fight with you and have my own home being a war zone. No, we're not going to do that, honey. We're just not. So, you know, I got to be able to come home and relax and unwind. I'm fighting the entire world outside every single day. The last thing I want is to come home and to fight with you and to have my house being a war zone. I'm just not interested in that. Like, I need a man who will be my peace and not my problem. And that's the difference between finding your equal and finding your true flame and your soulmate and going after love instead of lust. Love and lust are two very, very different things. And you have to set both of them apart. And you have to know the difference between what is love and what is lust. Love will get you to the finish line. Lust ain't going to get you that far. And if you believe lust will get you further, then you should call up every single person in the world who has ever slept with someone and woke up and found out that they had HIV and found out that their life is now on borrowed time. They thought that they were just randomly sleeping with just an average person and then ended up sleeping with one wrong person and caught HIV. Nobody intends to get HIV, but every time you sleep with someone, there's a risk of it. So anyway, I wanted to give y'all some wisdom with a little bit of humor, but also, you know, straight facts and everything, you know, but do it in a funny way. But for real, y'all have fun out there, but please use protection for people like me who are scared of illegitimate kids popping up and also scared of getting AIDS or an STD. Like, I'm going to have to start getting men to start giving me an STD paper. Like, can we fuck? As soon as you send me a screenshot from your doctor stating you don't have HIV or an STD, then yes, we can make that happen. Until then no. I need a clean bill of health. You know, and that's what it's came to now. It's like, it's not like, hey, you like me, I like you. Want to make something happen? No, it's like, here's my HIV test and here's my, you know, clean coochie bill of health, you know. Now let me see yours. Okay, there's yours. Okay, now you want to do something? It's crazy. It takes all the romance and everything out of it, but that's what we come to because everybody keeps sleeping with everybody. And I just want one person that doesn't have an STD that I can even just be friends with benefits with. Like, just friends with benefits. Like, we can just be, like, scrumping buddies who hang out and have fun together from time to time. And both of us are sexually satisfied. And neither one of us have an STD. And we don't want to sleep with complete strangers because we're scared. So if you're one of those who wants to be a companion till you find your true one, and you have a clean record bill of health on your penis, call me because my vagina's got a clean bill of health. And I'm not looking to sleep with everybody, and neither can you. That's one of my rules. Neither can you. Anyways, I'll see y'all guys later. Have a great day. Bye.